Well, I think there's a lot of books out there that connect desire and manifesting.
Well, the right one hasn't fallen in my lap.
Oh, the right one.
Or the one, yeah.
You mean the one that works?
The one that works. Or, you know, I mean, whatever. I think personally I do better with a, you know, with a person anyway, so. Yeah. And I'm not saying, you know, I needed to be in the, what's it called, the traditional mentor-student relationship. I'm just looking to learn more. And,
Yeah. Well, the universe has dropped you here, and you're very welcome. There is absolutely no help available here for manifesting your desires.
Okay.
So I gotta, you know, let you know that up front. That
I'm sure there's some other way to rephrase that makes it make more sense anyway.
well, I mean, that particular desire, everybody wants that, of course. I mean,
What, manifest your desire?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, everybody is looking for a way to get what they want.
I just want to help people, though.
What-
I want to help people
okay.
in a way that makes...
That's what you want.
Right. True. But that's a good one, right? That's not It's
okay.
a fulfilling for other people one, not just for me.
I see. Well, that's admirable on the surface, but it's still your desire. I mean, it's your idea of how the future should look and what should happen and what is the right thing to happen.
Right.
And so, in essence, the position you end up in is really it's sort of an arrogant one. It's like, okay, I know that this is good. I know this is right. I've got a generous heart. I want to help people. This is a positive thing. And so, if I can just get my will empowered sufficiently through some universal connection or something, then I can shape the future in the way I think that it should look. And that's an interesting proposition.
Okay. I'm sure I could struggle to find a better way of putting it, but sure.
Well, I put it that way because it's sort of shocking and it's kind of raw, but it really captures the essence of this impulse that everybody has. I mean, you're not unique in this at all. I assure you that people have an idea of how things should be, which is different in a very subtle way from simple desire. When it's a simple desire, it's really clean. You say, that's what I want. And if you come and you say, okay, I want to make movies, I want to do this, that's what I want. It's my desire. It isn't like I'm going to recreate the universe in a positive way. That's what I want. That's cool. I mean, it's really cool. Everybody has desires. Everybody has wants. It's a very humble place, really. Okay, you know, other people want other things. This is what I want today, subject to change. And if you start to look more deeply into your desire, you can begin to see that it's shaped. Your desire is shaped by universal forces. It is shaped by your basic kind of nature, what that you were born with. And that is then through your upbringing, your experiences, your education, the culture you were born into, all of those things shaped this to make you someone with a desire like this today. So, recognizing that this desire is a result of forces well beyond your control you can really approach it with sort of humility. That's how I am. You know, okay, that's how the universe has made me. This is what I want. This is what I'm looking for today. And there is an absence of this kind of arrogance that most people carry along with their desires, which is, but mine are really good. My desire, I mean, because of X, Y, and Z, it's going to help people, it's going to, you know, my vision is one in which, you know, the world benefits. That kind of desire brings suffering. Because if it doesn't work out, there's a sense that how things do work out shouldn't be that way. The way they should be is the way I think that they should be. And so you're disconnected from how things are, because how things are aren't how they should be. That's suffering. When things align, so that things are as you think they should be, that's on the surface really nice. Yet, out of that grows the seed of pride and arrogance that I made it that way. The reason everything's so good the way it should be is because I worked hard, I made the effort, I did this and I did that, and now the things look exactly like they should be, and I'm responsible. The reason I say that the seed of suffering is in that is because inevitably this is going to change. And you will find yourself back in a position of being dislocated from how things should be. Right? Because they change in ways that you don't like. They would change in ways that you feel shouldn't be. So that you always flip back to the other, if you have one. So, in this teaching, this teaching is simply about pointing to what is. To identify what it is in the universe that makes you do what you do. Makes you desire what you desire, makes you act in the ways that you act, make you feel the way you feel, make you think the way you think. Because the general assumption on the part of most people is that I am the way I am because I've worked to be this way. I have, in some regard, created myself. And I am responsible for how I am. I'm responsible for my bad actions, and by implication, I'm responsible for my good ones. So I can take the credit for my good ones, I take the blame for the bad ones. Because I'm the source. The buck sort of stops here. I control things. And most people in the world feel that way. What we're doing here is questioning that very fundamental assumption. And it can often be quite uncomfortable, and it can often be quite dislocating to have that examined and to begin to have this solid sense of who I am and what I can do, the fact that I have power. To have that undercut in some way can be very disconcerting. So I'm just warning.
Bring it on.
Okay. But this teaching is not telling you anything. I'm not here to tell you how it is, but only to foster any kind of curiosity you may have about how things are. Say, if there's an opening here, and often when people find their way into this room, there's often an opening in which this teaching can enter and start to do its dirty work, which is to root out this false sense of being the author of what I do. And I call it the false sense of authorship. The sense that I'm in control. I make it happen. I'm responsible. It's up to me. And that sense is quite pervasive. Everyone has it, just about, and everyone agrees that this is how things are. I do have personal power, and it's mine, and it's up to me to control it. It's kind of the bottom assumption of most of the human race. It never gets questioned. But here we're questioning it, saying, is this actually true? Are you the master of your destiny? Are you the one in control? Are you making things happen? As the author. And that's the subtle point I'm making. It is, are you making things happen as the source? Because obviously you make all kinds of things happen. You have actions, you perform actions, they have effects. You have desires, sometimes those desires lead you to a result. All of those things happen, no question. So you look at those things, and you say, well, obviously I do stuff. Obviously what I think has an impact, what I feel has an impact. So that we're not questioning. But we're going one step deeper and saying, okay, you have these impulses to act. You have these impulses to feel certain ways in the moment. And these feelings arise, and these thoughts arise, and the actions arise. What is the source of it? We're going back another step, back to what is actually flowing through you, animating, making you you. And you, the you we're talking about, Marissa, this Marissa is the product of all of these actions, all of these thoughts, all of these feelings. That's what Marissa is. That's what differentiates Marissa from Wayne. We have very different thoughts, feelings, and actions. And this differentiates us, makes us quite unique, one to the other. But what is the source? That's what we keep going back to. What is it that makes us as we are? And the beauty of this teaching is that it doesn't answer the question for you. It proposes it, it encourages you to look into it, if you're so moved, if you're so energized to do so, and can promise you that there are benefits to be had from doing so, if you were able to do it. But it doesn't and can't do it for you. You have to do the investigation. You have to look for yourself and find the truth within yourself as it relates to your own actions. It relates to what you do. It's not like idle philosophy of free will versus determinism and blah, blah, blah. It's looking at your actions to see if you can find the source of what you do and feel. So the crucible is within yourself. The place to look is within yourself.